Now we're about to do some 360-degree feedback within the Triple M team.
I made a mistake. I've been out of the room getting a drink of coffee, and it all went quiet when I walked in. So
this is, of course, all on the back of Acker moving on from the Western Bulldogs and was not happy.
He didn't like it.
Being put out the front and confronted with some honest feedback.
We just heard the alternative view from a man that sat through it, Shane Crawford, and won a premiership.
Well, and we should just, before we get into our own, Gary, point out that Geelong is another screaming example of this working beautifully because they brought it in. We understand that Gary Ablett went out the front. We understand that Matthew Scarlett went out the front.
Both around.
And they are two of the top 5 players in the comp, and they copped it straight from their teammates and instantly took that feedback on board and became much better footballers.
Sydney Swans, Brett Kirk, Devotee, Paul Roos, they've also had the open and honest.
All right, so
it's working really well at Essendon, though, isn't it, this year?
Well, no, mate. Melbourne have got it as well, as was pointed out. And
a bit to do with talent.
Yeah, but hang on. On that, Hawthorn had it at the start of Alistair Clarkson's career. And you would have said the first 18 months it wasn't working that well. You've got to start somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, fair point.
So we had this discussion early just to sort of set it up that we were going to be doing it. And this is what our man Spud had to say.
I'll accept all feedback as long as it's positive.
I think that flies in the face of what we're trying to get going here.
Should we go with him first or
last? I think you're first up.
Last.
So you're up. I'm sorry, Spud.
I'm happy to go first. Get it out of the way.
You're up.
Do I have to sit on my hands?
Didn't you hear Shane? Weren't you listening?
You're not allowed to speak, Spud.
I think I should start.
Go on. You get underway because I've got a couple for
Spud, you and I love commentating with you. I think it's fantastic. But a lot of time when I start to talk, you start finger waving at me straight away with your pen, saying, get me in, and I haven't even uttered my opening word. I find that really off-putting, Spud. Can you save your pen wave till I finish talking?
You've turned him off. So even if he wanted to speak, he can't.
Did he get no feedback on that?
No, he's not allowed to speak.
Okay, so that's what I find off-putting. I love his enthusiasm, but the pen waving when I open my mouth.
Damo, you got something for Spud?
Yeah, I find that it's annoying, Danny, when you ring me sometimes, seriously, 10, 12 times a day, and you're seeking counsel on certain things. And I like speaking to you, and I always get back to you. But
look at him.
And I always get back to you when I can. But what I don't like is when you've had enough of the conversation, usually it's me ringing you back, you just end it. And I'm talking for sometimes 30 seconds and I've realised you've just hung up. There's no goodbyes. It's just not even see you. It's just, I'm sick of this. So just a little bit of courtesy in the hang-up process of the phone conversation, please, Dan.
Jim.
Spud. Just look at him. Just every now and then, Spud. A little bit loose with the lips. It does get handed down the line a bit. Just need to keep things in house.
Right, we're nearly running out of time.
I think that's Spud.
I've got one more.
Oh, another one?
Yeah. This is a bit sensitive.
Oh, no.
Spud, you're a ferocious competitor. Tough, uncompromising with us. You've got to stand up for yourself at home, man.
Yeah.
You got to grow some pills when you walk in the front door. I think you get walked over at home. That's just my opinion.
Gary, not only by the beautiful Anita, because that's been going on for 20 years. Now the girls have got him as well.
No, I think you've got to grow some at home. So that's sort of it. Does he get right a reply?
No.
No, not this time.
All right, so who's next?
I think Damo's next.
Damo.
Here we go.
All right, Damo.
Am I off?
I'm going to start off with you.
Oh, here we go.
Damo, we're an aesthetically pleasing group here. And the bifocals are off the top. I'd like to think you'd have a look at some lasers. Just if you could fix that. Just if you could. But also, I mean, that's just a little side bit of advice. But also, Damo, dyeing your hair purple and then being on the bench down at Launceston was just not the look for Triple M, so fix that up.
I'll follow on from that. Invest in a gym membership, though. Just get some presents about you.
They do look like magnifying glasses on your eyes. Your Herald Sun colleagues.
Oh, yes.
You do not talk to them. You don't answer their calls. You walk straight through the media centre here at half time.
Yeah, you do.
Your rear vision mirrors, the three of them in your car, are all pointed towards your head. You've got happy with yourself. You've got the collar up, the wraparound
Spud's warming up.
sunglasses. And, mate, you've got ahead of yourself. Never forget where you come from. I've never had Kyabram over here at WA. You've forgotten your birthright.
Spud,
You have got ahead of yourself.
when you got them down, mate, don't just absolutely squeeze it off.
You've got to give it to them fair.
Oh,
Dinkum.
fair
I
enough.
copped it.
And one more, Damo.
I've got one.
You haven't picked a quaddie winner for 27 weeks.
And when we ask you to do a job like boundary ride in the absence of the dock, embrace it. Yeah, it's not below you, you know. I think sometimes you go down there, you're not happy he's up with the big boys. And
I agree with that.
all right, I'll go next.
All right.
Make it quick.
Well, Gary's next. All right. Spud, do you want to kick us
I'll
off
go.
with going?
I'm sick of Gaz
Oh.
getting the first first, second or third legs of the quad. Yeah, I tipped it.
Yeah, exactly.
And
When he
has
hasn't.
not tipped a winner.
Yeah.
I'm really concerned about the lone wolf scenario.
Yes.
I don't mind other people calling you lone wolf because I think it does suit your character, but I don't think you can call yourself lone wolf. It's sort of getting into a sort of sphere that becomes just untenable, walking around shopping centres with your hoodie on, sunglasses, walking around with a tin of baked beans in your shopping trolley, not looking at anyone for hours on end. I think you just need to have a good look on that one.
Well, and Spud,
He's gone red.
I'm following on from that.
He's
Because-
accepting it.
Spud,
I'm not accepting that.
Don't
Spud.
turn him
You
off.
can't talk.
He's off.
Turn him off.
Off.
Spud, it used to be all in,
Yeah.
didn't it?
Oh,
With us?
yeah, team.
When we did something all in. I found out from our former colleague Bristol that there's a sporty up at Assumption that we all used to front up and
That's
do to
right,
help
we all
Bristol
went
out.
there.
All went up there. I said, okay, well, I'll get a ride up with Gaz. Special brand of silence came out of Bristol. I beg your pardon? I'll
Pick Spud up on the way?
Yeah, pick Spud up and we'll go. Gaz not coming.
He's
And
not.
then, mid-year break, when we've all got to do 2 pissant 2.5-hour sessions on
hours.
Triple M where we just turn up at the studio and talk nothing and
Picks
you
and
grind
chooses.
through it. Suddenly he's up in Sydney. I just noticed you going your own way, Gary. And I don't like it. I know you can't, but just cop it.
And Gary, we've all got used to you actually shutting us down when we try and have just a little bit of small talk before the show starts. But when you shut down icons of the media world like you did before today's show, I feel a little bit sorry for those people. And I won't name that person because you gave him nothing when he tried to just say hello. And that's all he tried to do. And he's an icon of this industry, and he's probably, in a way, been a trailblazer for what you're now doing. And
Well, I've got another one too, Damo. Elitist, Gary. Like, you're driving a V10 and you got a head wobble about it, and I understand you. But the other day you had to travel in the CX-9, the Mazda, and Spud pulled a hoodie over his head so players wouldn't see him seated in it while we drove past the change room.
Well, that is
That's
true.
not acceptable
That's
from
sad,
Triple M.
but true. And got his car, magnificent car,
Yeah.
the windows tinted,
That-
so no one can look in.
ambulance style.
No,
That's
Gangster
black.
look in.
Gangster rap style. So, Gary, you need to come back and touch him. All right. We've run out of time.
No, we aren't. What, Big Nose, are we doing this now?
We've run out of time, Gary, I think.
When do you get right of reply on that stuff?
You don't.
No, it's JB's turn.
Righto. Jim. I think you've become a company suck-all. And I get the feeling, if you had the preference between having a beer with me, Spud, and Purplehead Warrior, or Demetrio, Fitzpatrick, and
Yeah.
Kennett,
Actually, that's a very good
I
point.
think you know where you're heading. And that, to me,
Gil.
cuts me to the bone and makes me sad as a human being. That you sold us up the river to suck up to David Smorgan and those blokes. That's just not on.
And I don't like, JB, how the footy show on the Sunday, we have a meeting at 9 o'clock. It's meant to start on the dot at 9 o'clock, and it never starts until about 9:23 when you wander in. And
Yeah. That's
there's
lack of
a
respect.
rain. You always make the courtesy phone call to Luke Jackson, the producer.
Running
You
late, dog.
know, I've got to put the trailer on the flight, the flight on the
Get
car
up
for Mrs.
earlier.
B. I've got to take the kids to the footy. Just a little bit of punctuality, please, JB.
Get up earlier.
Mate, the head wobbling scenario started because of you, and you've ran with it. And 3 weeks ago, we were all worried about it, weren't we? The Golden Trumpet is the award He just took it with both arms.
Yeah.
He accepted it
Yeah.
and was happy with it.
Yeah, I think
It is a award that it's not liked.
sign of
There's
a
a
real
few
trouble.
guys outside this box that don't want it, but you're craving it. He craves it. Now, for mine, I'm not sure where I can go with it because I thought it'd actually bring him down a level.
Nah.
But he's gone from Group 3 to Group 2 to Group 1. It's just, I don't know where we're going with
I'm
this
getting
one,
player
JB.
texts that like it. Player texts coming through are liking this. Jim, your arrogant swagger looks like a girl when you run. I've been sitting on this for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm sick and tired of North Melbourne players ringing me and texting me, telling you to get out of the gym and get off the ground. Now you're a groupie.
Exactly.
So stop.
No, don't get him on. Don't get him on.
That's disgraceful.
Went to Tommy Turkalurk and said, where do I get a
Yes.
muscle shirt?
Yes.
Me biceps are half a centimetre bigger than when they were 2 years ago. I want a North Melbourne Mazda muscle shirt like Tommy.
And that's it. And I had a couple other years. Spud, where's he jeans too high? That's not.
Very high pants. Very high pants.
Oh, no. I'm in the corner sucking me thumb.
Now, that feedback, we've just got to learn from it, boys.
For National
I
Building.
don't
We need a
accept
review.
any of it, Spud.
A review in a month's
I
time.
don't respect any of that.
It's the Saturday rub.
I don't put me pen up.
Thanks to McDonald's. Triple M rocks football.